Hello everybody and welcome back to Daybreak Coins. So today we're going to be looking at some Byzantine coins of Constantine X, Ducas. Um, so just kind of a quick backstory. Constantine X ruled from 1059 to 1067. So that's kind of the time frame we're looking at. These coins are just under 1,000 years old, to kind of put it into perspective. So let's just get right into it, and I'll talk about Constantine as we go. So Constantine X was one of the Byzantine emperors, and whenever he came to power, he decided to let go a lot of the Armenian troops that were actually guarding the Armenian capital. So whenever he did this, a lot of the east and the north decided, to take over some Byzantine land. So that's exactly what we saw happen. So we saw the loss of the Armenian capital, and as well as some other smaller cities. So what you're looking at right here is Constantine X and I think this is either his son or his wife. They're holding this banner, and on the reverse you can see Christ with his halo and holding his book. You can't read the legends, but there should be some legends around the outside. This one's a little bit too corroded to see. Here's another one. This is almost the same coin, struck on a little bit smaller of a flan, but it's got some better details on the reverse. So you can see Nova on the right side and a cross, and then something that I can't really make out through the camera. Once again, Christ on the reverse. You can see him a little bit better here. Especially back then, this was a very common occurrence to see, religious depictions on the coins of the time. Here you can see Constantine again. So he's right here. So this is Constantine. He's got his hat on. He's got his globus, it looks like, or a staff. Globus is the sphere. It was depicted as by the Romans, and it meant, you had the world of power. And it looks like this one has a cross on top of it, so he's holding the globus with the Christian cross, saying that, he is the ruler of the Christians and he has a lot of power. If we go to the reverse here, you can see, once again, Christ. Because, Christ was a very popular depiction on these coins. One thing, though, that you might notice is you see a little bit of Christ right here actually popping up. So this is what's called a overstrike. So whenever they were minting this coin, they, instead of preparing a new planchet, they just used an old coin. So if you still are kind of confused what I'm talking about, put these coins right next to each other. You can see Christ's head right there poking up. And then on this other side, you can see two figures right here, and they're holding a banner in the middle. So similar to that. Let's see if we can get this adjusted so we can get them both side by side. So you can see the two figures holding the banner in the middle, with the legend to the right. See? The legend, got the light. The legend's right there. It looks like something K-E, and you can't really see it on this one. But yeah, so just kind of a really interesting, cool overstrike. This would have been another Constantine X design, but it could have been a little bit earlier. So I think I wrote it on here. This is a folles of Constantine X, overstruck on Constantine X, and it's yearbook 1854 and 1853 on the bottom of it, both in the Constantinople Mint. So just kind of an interesting piece here. It's kind of interesting to see how they kind of progress as they go on. And then here is the final one that we've got. This is Constantine X. This one is also minted in Constantinople. So on the obverse, you can see it's kind of a similar design to this one. You can see Constantine X on the obverse, and then if you check on the reverse, you can see Christ over there as well. This one looks like it might have been double struck, so a lot of these coins were struck twice. So they took the dies and then they hit them together with the plancha in the middle, and then they would do that twice to make sure that they imprinted the design. And a lot of the times the dies would move or the plancha would move. So it looks like he was struck over here a little bit, and then he was struck a little bit further to the right as well. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of these kind of coins are in the very affordable range. You can see here, 7, 10, 15. These are what I paid for them. They were unidentified, so keep that in mind. I might be selling some Byzantine coins, and I'll probably, add $3, $5, maybe $10 just for the time spent identifying them, because, identifying takes a lot of my time, and it's just something that I have to make it worth it for me. But yeah, these are just really cool pieces of history. They show the Byzantine Empire. More specifically, they show Constantine X, but also how important religion was back in the time that they actually put them on their coinage. One interesting thing, if you saw my video before on Arab Byzantine coins, that whenever the Arabs invaded the Eastern Byzantine Empire, they would actually strike their own Byzantine imitation coins. So they would look exactly the same as a Byzantine coin, with a little, stylistic differences, but they would look almost identical, and people would just use them like they were regular currency. One thing to note is whenever they did this, if they didn't put a cross on it, that a lot of people actually wouldn't accept them and use them in commerce. So they were so used to having a cross or religious depictions that that's what they wanted on their coins. So yeah, just kind of a really interesting piece of numismatic history and Byzantine history in general. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.